Hello, BookTube. A few weeks ago, I put in two orders. One was a pre-order with Amazon for two forthcoming volumes of manga that released today. And I also put in an order with Powell's, the great bookstore in Portland, Oregon, for several volumes of manga. And they both came in today. So here is my Powell's box that I have put all of the books in, or back in the case for the ones that I got from Pals. So let's get going. So first up are three from Pals. So I picked up three more volumes of Bleach by Tite Kubo, Volume 4, Volume 5, and Volume 6. So Bleach is one of the most popular manga series ever. It's the story of a young man named Ichigo Kurosaki who has the ability to see ghosts. One day he meets what appears to be a young woman named Urukia, who is a Shinigami, a Grim Reaper. She is tracking down a hollow, a lost spirit that has become corrupted by an extended period of time remaining in the mortal plane. During Rukia's conflict with the Hollow, she is forced to transfer her powers temporarily, or at least it appears to be temporary, to Ichigo. However, the transformation becomes permanent, and Ichigo must assume Rukia's duties as a Shinigami in Karakura Town, the neighborhood of Tokyo in which he lives. And he grudgingly does the duty, although he eventually develops a taste for fighting. So, so Bleach is one of the series that I've really enjoyed, although I haven't read much of it. I've read the first few volumes and then a chunk of volumes in the 30 or 40 range. And I'm working my way through collecting the whole series. So right now I only have 6 volumes. But I will add more. Next up are, I think I'll continue with some Pals. So I also picked up from Pals Dr. Stone Volume 3 by Riichiro, Inagaki, and Boichi. So Dr. Stone is set in a world thousands of years after something petrified all of humanity. Eventually, some humans begin to depetrify, and one of them is Sinku, who is a genius, and he wants to restart civilization. However, there are forces that wish to create a new civilization that doesn't rely on science. And there are also people who seem to have not been petrified or who survived the whatever it was that petrified humanity. So, working my way through that series as well. Although there aren't nearly as many volumes of Dr. Stone as there are of Bleach, by a significant margin. I think Dr. Stone only has about 20 odd volumes. Bleach has about 70 something. Next is volume 8 of Twin Star Exorcists by Yoshiaki Sukeno. So this series has quickly become a darling of mine. And I'll talk a bit more about that this coming weekly reads because I did read 3 volumes over the weekend. So Twin Star Exorcists is about 2 young adults, Rokuro and Benio. They are both budding Exorcists, although Rokuro, after a tragedy, has tried to distance himself from exorcism and exorcist society, although, as the story indicates, he fails. And he gets back into wanting to become an exorcist, wanting to help people, and eventually fulfill his destiny, which is to marry Benio and sire the prophesied super exorcist, which is the duty of the twin star exorcist. Benio herself is very much a prodigy exorcist who has also experienced her share of tragedy, and like Rokuro, is not necessarily overly enthusiastic about being forced to marry. However, gradually they both come to accept it and to even love each other. And so far, that slow build is amazing. I'm loving how Sukeno is handling the romantic aspects of this story. Although the fighting is also amazing. I cannot wait to talk about it this coming Friday. Now, moving on to one of the books that I picked up, the new releases. This is Dandadan Volume 8 by Yukinobu Tatsu. So Dandadan is a wild and crazy series about two young adults, Momo and Ken, who goes by the nickname Okuron. So Okuron believes in aliens, but he does not believe in ghosts. Momo, on the other hand, believes in ghosts, but she does not believe in aliens. The two make a bet, and so Momo goes to a location reputedly visited by aliens, and Okuron goes to a place that is reputedly haunted. And they discover that, in actual fact, aliens and ghosts both exist. And their encounters with both aliens and ghosts awaken or grant superpowers. Momo comes from a line of psychics, and her psychic abilities are like her latent psychic abilities are activated, and she has quite a bit of power. And Okuran is partially possessed by an evil ghost known as Turbo Granny, and eventually fully gains her power. However, the cost is initially that he loses his genitals, and part of his goal is to get them back, which, as far as I've read, he's missing one left. Of the three, he's missing one. And this series is just a hoot. I'm loving it. Next is another new release. This is Snowball Earth Volume 2 by Yuhiro Tsujitsugu. So this is a series in which a young man, Tetsuo, is piloting a giant mecha named Yukio in defense of Earth against an alien invasion. During what is hoped to be the final battle, the humans are defeated and Yukio is destroyed. And Tetsuo is sent back to Earth in an escape pod that keeps him asleep for decades. So when he returns to Earth, Earth has been terraformed into an ice planet. And so Tetsuo is reconnecting with the survivors and trying to make a new life on this new Earth while surviving the aliens that have come to Earth. I enjoyed Volume 1 and I'm looking forward to Volume 2. Returning back to my pals order, I also picked up Zom 100 Volume 1 by Haro for the story, and Kotaro Takata on the art. So, after spending years toiling away for a soul-crushing company, Akira's life has lost its luster. But when a zombie apocalypse ravages his town, it gives him the push he needs to live for himself. Now Akira's on a mission to complete all 100 items on his bucket list before he, kicks the bucket. In a trash-filled apartment, 24-year-old Akira Tendo watches a zombie movie with lifeless, envious eyes. After spending 3 hard years at an exploitative corporation in Japan, his spirit is broken. He can't even muster the courage to confess his feelings to his beautiful co-worker Otori. Then one morning, he stumbles upon his landlord eating lunch, which happens to be another tenant. The whole city's swarming with zombies, and even though he's running from impending doom, Akira has never felt more alive. And finally, Choujin X Volume 6 by Sui Ishida. So this is a series, and it's an alternate history, alternate Earth, in which some humans are born with superpowers, and they're called Choujin. As the story begins, a method has been developed to grant some humans Choujin-like abilities, transforming them into Choujin. The main character, Tokyo, along with his friend Asuma, Azuma, get into a conflict. Azuma is sort of the town or the neighborhood hero, even though he has no superpowers. And Tokyo is his sidekick. They get into a fight with some bullies, and one of the bullies gets Choujin abilities. And he forces Azuma and Tokyo to take the serum to turn them into Choujins. Tokyo immediately turns into a vulture-style Choujin, while Azuma's transformation takes significantly longer, and in fact takes the 3rd volume before he transforms into a Choujin. Tokyo then has to sort of figure out how to use his abilities, how to transform back into a normal human-looking being, because he basically has a vulture head when he transforms. He also has to figure out how to sort of pass an exam to be able to know how to use his ability so that he doesn't cause any chaos. And he gradually becomes a hero in his own right. I have been reading so far I've read the first 3 volumes of Choujin X. Last week I got the volumes 4 and 5, and I'm loving the series, and I'm really looking forward to reading more of the series and picking up the next volume in September. So that was my manga haul, which, given that I am moving, but then again, at the time that I ordered these, I did not know. I ordered the PALs, the pre-orders I think I did at the end of June, and the PALs I did about 2 weeks ago, because they shipped last Monday. So yeah, and I didn't know we were moving until last Wednesday. So anyway, so my defense, I did not know. Although it's going to be fun trying to get all of the boxes for my manga collection, because I have a lot. Although I don't think it actually would take all that much, but I will report back. I will do a moving update video periodically. In fact, I'm going to do one here in a few minutes. But before I do that, let's do a Steve Pyramid. So, Choujin X, Volume 6, Zom 100, Volume 1, Snowball Earth, Volume 2, Dandadan, Volume 8, Twin Star Exorcists, Volume 8, Dr. Stone, Volume 3, and Bleach, Volumes 4, 5, and 6. So, one more haul before I move. So, until we see you next time, BookTube, thank you, have a great afternoon, and stay safe.